One, two, 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Peace. All right. What's going on, y'all? So, aliens are going to visit us October 31st this year. This is going to be a fun one. This is definitely going to be a fun one. Let me put this up. Peace to the family, 747 24/7, 361 degrees. Let me do some invites. Let me start this party off. How we going to do this? Since we're calling up the rocket ships, let's do it.
Waters fell on the crimson skies. Two brothers stood where fate collides, bound by dreams that burn so bright. In the heart of the codex, we found our light. You gave me strength, though the stars wept tears. Through the void of space, we fought our fears. Each step we took, a piece of us stayed on the edge of destiny. Love never fades. When the
Shout out to the Messiah. Peace to everybody in
Transmit
the
on the
building.
Alpha
What's
Thought
going
News
on?
channel. This is Mel of the Red Thrones. I summon the
Peace.
Amunti Sky Fleet ships Dizar, Neferu, and
waters
Kalum to my
fell on the
coordinates.
crimson skies. Two brothers stood where fate collides, bound by dreams that burn so bright. In the heart of the codex, we found our light. You gave me strength, though the
Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get it right. Let's make sure everything is flowing right, and let's Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's get it right. Let's make sure everything is flowing right. Let's I don't know what's going on with my vocals. Sound weird a little bit, but it's all good. We'll figure it out. Just give me a second. We'll get it set up. All right. So, peace. How y'all feeling? This is going to be an interesting broadcast. If anything I can say, if anything I can say, this is going to be a very interesting broadcast. Um, peace and love to everybody that gets this. Whenever you get it, thank you. All right, peace and love. Yeah. All right, everything is cool. All right, so I don't know if you've been watching the news. I don't know if you've been knowing what's going on, but you know, for what it's worth, it sounds like something very interesting to pay attention to. And what's so interesting about it is it's the date that these things are corresponding on. I don't know. It's something weird about these things. I gotta look at the calendar and I gotta see what day does October 31st fall on this year. Let me see. What day does October 31st fall on this year? It falls on a Friday. Wow. So that's a Friday the 13th, but almost Friday the 31st. Wow. That's special. That's real special. Wow. That's very special. Let me send a couple invites and a couple shares to the family, to the community. Peace to everybody watching in the YouTube as well as the Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are watching across the globe. I want to say thank you. Thank you for everybody that supports the movement. So yeah, that's kind of strange, man. That's kind of strange. So I want to pull up a video real quick and I want to see if this video resonates with a couple people. All right. Check this out. Frontline Report.
Manhattan is hurtling towards our solar system, and it will make its closest pass to Earth on December 17th. Comet, asteroid, or something else? A Harvard astrophysicist believes there's a strong likelihood this is a craft of alien origin, and the implications, obviously, for humanity would be profound. Avi Loeb, professor at Harvard, joins me now. Great to see you. Thank you. And I've been reading with interest what you're putting out there. It's very provocative.
Well, you know, science is fun as long as you allow yourself to learn something new. And the problem with experts is that they insist on past knowledge that they promoted in echo chambers. And obviously, anything in the sky, they argue, is a comet. But we should be open-minded because, you know, if we have a visitor from the cosmic street to our backyard, it may not be a rock. It could be a tennis ball thrown by a neighbor. So let's look at the data.
Oh man. All right. Pay attention to where this guy is about to go. Please pay attention to where this guy is about to go. Real talk.
That is a very interesting analogy. All right, Dr. Loeb, it is called 3I/Atlas. Give me the best case for why you think this object may be extraterrestrial and maybe alien form.
Well, first, its brightness implies that if it represents reflection of sunlight from a solid object, it needs to be 20 kilometers in diameter. That's bigger than Manhattan Island.
You heard what he said. He said its brightness, its size, it's bigger than Manhattan, first of all. Imagine that.
And this is a giant rock. The previous interstellar objects were hundreds of times smaller. So it just doesn't make sense that the third object from interstellar space will be 100 times bigger than the previous two. And we won't see anything in between. And moreover, there is not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver us a rock of this size, 20 kilometers, over a period of about a decade that we conducted the survey of the sky, because this material is very rare and you expect it once per maybe 10,000 years or longer. And so it's surprising if indeed it's a rock of that size. Now, it will actually get closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025, and that's...
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Look at its path, yeah. Look at the path. It will get closest to the sun October 29th. That's why I was saying that it will visit um on October 31st, because if its path is going to be closest to the sun, it'll be closest to Earth around that time. What do you think? And then not only that, the way it came in our solar system, it came in so we will be blinded by the sun. So we won't see it. So we won't know until it's like a couple months away. That's deep.
when the Earth would be on the opposite side. It's as if it tries to avoid us. We won't be able to observe it. But it also comes from a direction in the sky that is crowded with lots of stars. It was difficult to see it until July 1st, 2025. And so the fundamental question is, was this designed by intelligence out there? And my argument is that we should collect as much data as possible to figure it out. And I defined a new scale that is now called the Loeb scale after my last name, where 0 implies a purely natural object like a comet or an asteroid, and 10 is a definitely technological object that maneuvers, broadcasts a signal, or transmits some artificial lights. And I rank this object, 3i Atlas, as 4 on the scale between 0 and 10. And of course, the more data we have, the clearer it will become. As it comes closer to the sun, it should erupt, it should outgas and produce a beautiful cometary tail. If it is a comet, we don't see a cometary tail as of now. The Hubble Space Telescope took a very high resolution image of it, and all we see is some glow surrounding it that is actually preceding it towards the direction of the sun, but nothing behind it the way we see cometary tails, which are pushed away from the sun.
So it's got a unique signature that doesn't imply comet. And as you know, NASA is saying this is a comet. It poses no threat to Earth and will remain at a distance of at least 1.6 astronomical units. That's about 150 million miles. But as we know, NASA's been wrong before. They thought they had discovered a new asteroid, which turned out to be Elon Musk's Roadster, the Tesla Roadster that had been launched. So they've been wrong before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, science is full of mistakes, and scientists in the mainstream of science that are considered experts often invest billions of dollars to check a hypothesis that turns out to be wrong. Some examples include, for example, a new symmetry of nature, supersymmetry, that was thought to be definitely out there, and then the Large Hadron Collider was constructed at a cost of $10 billion and didn't find any evidence for it in its natural range of parameters. That was embraced for decades by theoretical physicists.
Yes.
There are many such examples that I can bring, but the point is that science is not decided by authority, it's decided by evidence. And the problem with experts.
Frontline Report. Let's see what else we got. They talking about with this alien ship. Now remember, it said its closest time is going to come is to the sun. It's October 29th. So it's kind of weird to me that it will come around that time, because that is a day that is kind of perceivable that you will be wearing a costume, or people will be wearing costumes. So if they do come, you wouldn't even know if they're here or not. You'll be thinking somebody has a very good costume. You're like, oh man, you got a very good costume. Let me see if I can find something else on this. This is some crazy stuff. I wonder if they got pictures of this. I want a whole picture of this. I need to see a whole situation. Yeah, I need to see a whole picture of this. I need to see what is the simulation or what is the close up, what it looks like. I don't know. See what they found.
A fast-moving object the size of Manhattan is hurtling towards our solar system, and it will make its closest pass to Earth on December 17th. Comet, asteroid, or something else? A Harvard astrophysicist.
I need some other sources. Let me see. Anybody else talking about this situation with this aliens, with this alien ship? Let me see. What's the name of it? Oh, 31 Atlas. Yo, they are not playing. 31 Atlas. That's the name of the comet or what they perceive to be a comet. It's called 31 Atlas. Are you serious? Oh man, let me see. 31 Atlas. Yo, this is so deep. If you think about it, oh my goodness. So, the closest time this object is going to come to the planet is going to be on, or to the Earth, or to the sun, is October 29th, right? Let's see, we can run that back. Oh man, this is deep. This is so deep. And then October 31st is on a Friday this year. It's on a Friday. Hold up, let me give y'all something. This is some stuff. 31 Atlas. Let's see if they have anything on us. 31 Atlas. You know 31, wow. Let's see what this is about. Let's see what this is about, yo. Yo, let's see what this is about. Oh my goodness. Frontline Report.
Atlas interstellar object, whatever it might be, throws us a new curve. Recently, a team of NASA's Sphere X Space Observatory researchers just reported tantalizing new data on this object. The observations made between August the 8th and 12th gave us a lot of new information about this object, especially when we're talking about composition. The Sphere X Space Observatory views objects in the infrared and is especially designed for spectrographic analyses of composition of various types of objects. Although mostly interstellar objects, Sphere X was mostly designed to study the galaxy, intergalactic objects, or nebula, that sort of thing. Very seldom was it supposed to be used on objects passing through the solar system. But given that the composition of 3I Atlas was getting stranger and stranger as time went on, NASA decided to point Sphere X at 3I Atlas.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, this stuff is gonna get like really, it's gonna get really biblical. To me, it sounds really biblical. When I just hear some of this stuff, it sounds like some stuff that I heard in the Bible, some stuff that I heard. I got some verses for you. Look at this. Look at this. What verse was that with Ezekiel? It was 1:4. There it is. I got y'all. Look at this. I'm gonna put it in the comment section. It said, and I looked and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, immense cloud with flashing lightning, and surrounded by brilliant light. The center of fire looked like a glowing metal. The word cloud is anan, meaning hiddenness or veil. So, wow, you would think I got some more stuff for y'all. When it goes to Ezekiel 116, watch what it says. It says this. It says the appearance of wheels and their work was like the color of burial, and all four had the same likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel within the middle of a wheel. The word wheel in Hebrew is galgal, meaning rolling. All right, so I got something.
Beyond bizarre. Not only is 3i Atlas not putting out the types of chemicals that it should be, that is to say, if it were a comet at this distance, it also appears to be much bigger than anybody thought it was. And if this is true, then an artificial origin becomes that much more likely. And even if it isn't artificial, we now know for certain that it is unlike any object that we have observed passing through the solar system before.
Wow, talk about it. So, I got a question for anybody that's in the broadcast. How would you feel if aliens showed up? How would you feel if aliens showed up? What would be your take on it? I mean, like, would you feel as though like will you feel threatened? Will you feel like something will something change in your heart of whatever existence is or is not? I just want to know if this is a real situation where UFOs, I'm not a UFO, it's not going to be a UFO, it would be identified, it would be a IFO. A IFO arrives here, they have beings that descend out of the vessel. How would you feel about that? I don't know. You can put it in the comment section. And question: you think that we might have diseases, something like that, compared to them coming to our planet? Will they be prepared or ready for, certain diseases or certain illnesses that are on this planet? You think they'll have a cure for such things if they would come here and dwell? And then also, you got to think about it. If they would come here and dwell, you got to think about gravity. Gravity, they have to have a planet that has a gravity just like ours. Keep it real. Because if the gravity isn't like ours, it'll literally rip apart your consciousness from body. I don't know how to explain it. You got to think about it. Like, if you go inside of water, right? If you go inside of water, the deeper you go in water, the atmospheric pressure changes, right? So that atmospheric pressure is not designed for your body. But this atmospheric pressure that we exist on, this plane of thought that we move on, is designed for your body or your soul to channel and your body move in the way it moves, right? And it's all, I mean, we consider this to be mainframe consciousness, all right? If anybody want to know, we are in the age of information. Another word for this time. I got a verse for y'all for this. Look at this. Um, what verse is this? This is Amos. Look at this. Amos. Look at this, y'all. So you go into Amos 5:8. He who made the Pleiades and Orion, he who turns midnight into dawn and darkness into night, and who calls for the waters of the sea and pours them out over the face of the land. The Lord is his name. The word Orion in Hebrew is Kiso, which is a constellation. But you know what's important about Orion? You know, you got the three stars of Orion, the belt. You know, it's places that are in various different lands that are linked up with that same belt. Don't you know? It is a meteorite storm that comes from that belt every year. They call the Orionoid meteorite shower. Has anybody knew about that? All right, that right there. In my theory, they got the Osiris story from the Orionoid meteorite shower. To be honest, because think about this. You say, well, why is your theory that? Why is your theory that the story of Osiris came really from a meteorite shower? All right. I mean, I can do the simulation on it and I can find out how long this meteorite shower has been happening, right? And I bet this meteorite shower has been happening over 40,000 years, all right? Every year in the northern hemisphere, imagine that. We have a meteorite shower that happens. We can look that up. And then look, let me see. We're going to Gemini this real quick. Shut up. All right. Tell me something about the Orionoid. Tell me something about the Orionoid meteorite shower. How long has it been going? The Orion, the meteorite shower that comes from Orion, the star constellation. Tell me how long has this been going on? How many years? See, I'm looking it up real quick. Gemini this real quick. See what he talking about. I don't need you to feed me no fluff. Don't feed me no fluff. I mean, they discovered it. Hold up. Look at this. All right. So it says this. I'm going to read this. It says the Rhinoid meteorite shower is an annual event that takes place as Earth passes through the debris trail left by Halley Comet. This famous comet also is responsible for the ETA Akrid meteorite shower in May, in May, has been shedding dust and rock particles along its orbit for a millennia. Duration: the Rhinoid shower is active from early October, watch this, early October to early November, with its peak activity typically occurring around October 21st. The shower itself is a short-term annual event. Now, all right, I'm gonna go into the how many years this been going on, but I want you to think about the symbolism of it. Now, the meteorites come in October, right? And they come from Orion. Orion is really Osiris. They're the same deity. The constellation is connected to Osiris, Orion. So when the pieces fall to the earth, those are the pieces of Osiris that were chopped up by Set. Remember, Set comes in the month of October because why? Osiris represents green, which is vegetation. But what comes after green? Autumn, which is the color of Set, orange, fire. All right? He comes after the green, all right, which is his brother's keeper. That's the reflection of it. That's the reflection. So Set comes in October, which is the same time that these pieces of Osiris fall to the earth that we must put together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on with my vocals. I'm gonna try to fix it. I don't know. You said my vocals sound like I was kind of slow. That sounds weird. That definitely sounds weird. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. It does sound like that. That's crazy. I don't know what that is. That be the signal. That be in. I'd be probably in a whole nother. I'd probably be in a whole nother. Whatever. Shout out to my sound. Let me try this microphone. Question mark. Does this sound a little bit better now? Yes or no? Does this sound a little bit better? Yes or no? Probably not. It's all good. It's all good. It'll catch up. It catch up. Listen, let me see something about this. Now, like I was saying, look, Osiris, right? Osiris, the Orinoid meteorite shower. I was talking about that. How it's going to come in October 21st. But what's so deep is, look, the Orion meteorite shower is going to happen October 21st, and it's like an event. That's one of the strongest signs, right? So during that time of the meteorite shower, guess what's going to happen? This so-called maybe it's an asteroid, maybe it's a whatever. It's going to reach its closest point to the sun October 29th. Coincidence or no? Oh man, that is definitely deep. Let me see this. See what they're talking about. Yo, it's big as it's big as Manhattan. That's huge. That's huge. It's big as Manhattan. So I don't know what to say about that. I definitely don't know what to say. Um, Let me show y'all a little couple more verses real quick, cause it blows my mind. This is blowing my mind. Yo, I'm gonna tell you how I would feel if aliens come. If aliens come, I'll feel liberated. I would feel liberated. I just hope they don't destroy the earth. I just hope they don't just catch wreck on everybody because they know the world is just messed up. I mean, just people's attitudes, certain ways, man. People rather not love, and I don't know what their society is based upon. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're coming here as refugees. You know, it can be many reasons that they coming here. If they come in as refugees, they can be coming to give us technology. I believe in my heart that they already came. They already sent probes to us in order to basically condition us for them coming. You say, how did they do it? They gave us AI. They gave us technology to condition us so we will be ready for their arrival. So serious. They gave us AI. AI is really artificial intelligence, but it's really aliens. And keep it real. Think about it. If we would go to a planet, right? If we would go to any planet, Mars, Moon, wherever, Jupiter, Saturn, what do we send first to these planets? We send a probe there. We send a machine there. Do we not? So if we thinking about a higher technology, a higher species, if they come into the planet and they want to probe the planet, what would they send? They would send a machine here to integrate in our system. And right? They would send a machine here to integrate with our system in many ways, whether to disable it, from a military perspective, just in case it seemed as though they would be in danger. Keep it real. Or to communicate with everyone across the globe in one swoop. I would love it if they communicate with everybody. That's probably why they integrated our system like this. So they can communicate with everybody in one walk. I would love it. I would actually love it, to be honest. And they will be looking for an ambassador. Who will be the ambassador of our people? That's the question. Who will be the ambassadors of our people? They will set the tone. They will represent our people in general. Who will they send to meet these people or meet these beings? Look, let me give y'all another one. Maybe this one might resonate. Then will appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then all the people of the earth will mourn when they see the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with the power of great glory. This is deep. This is deep. So Jesus, or who they talking about, the Son of Man, is coming back on a ship. It sounds like it coming in on the clouds of heaven with power of great glory. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. That's what it sounds like. It just sounds like a prophecy of someone coming on a ship. Keep it real. I really think the mothership. I give reference to the mothership. I always talk about how the mothership lands on your mind. The mothership it's been here for a while. It's already landed. It just landed in the future to some, but it has to land on your mind. Once it lands on your mind, then certain things will come to fruition. Like, for instance, when it talks about in Revelations, it talks about in Revelations how they're going to wipe their tears away. Watch this. Excuse me. If I can find it. I think it's chapter 20. Book of Revelations, when they talk about wiping every tear away, as well as when what appears to be a ship or some sort of UFO ship that will land. Just looking this up right now, talking to the computer. I'm talking to the aliens right now. For real, for real. So, it says this. Let me see. Let's see what it found. It found this. See if this resonates with a couple people. Book of Revelations, for the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to the springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. The key word tear is the that creon, that creon, that creon, the drop of sorrow, grief, and release. This is deep because when I read this, I read some of these passages. I didn't read a lot of these passages at times where I was really needing something to really anchor my spirit, and I found myself drawn to these verses. That's why I'm bringing them to your attention right now, for real, for real. And look at this. This is deep. He says this, and this is Revelation. This is Revelation 21:4. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. The key word passed away, which is aperchumai, which is departed, moved from one place to another, symbolically transitioned into a new dimension or reality. That's the And this is what I was talking about. I was saying, in reference to the cube. I talked so much about the cube. In essence, you know, it's many that have come to terms that we are in what some would call a mainframe consciousness. All right. Some call it an observable universe, and you collapse the observation based upon your will. All right. And that becomes your reality. This is science. This is also quantum physics. All right. Because they have did something which is called the split. What is it called? This is a split wave experiment, or split particle experiment, something like that. Let me see what it's called. It's jogging. What is the split particle experiment or something like that? Just looking it up. It's called the split particle experiment. Oh yeah, yeah. My fault. I'll be tripping sometime. It's called double split experiment. Have you ever heard of the split? Double. It's called the double slit experiment. The double slit experiment. It's one of the most famous experiments in physics. Now, in the double slit experiment, what they did was pretend this. They had two like bars or whatever. They had two openings in a panel, and they shot light through it in the form of a wave. Now, imagine this. You can take light. It's not white light. Let's say they use different frequencies of light. Not white light, because white light is a combination of them all before it hits the prism. All right. So what they did was they shot light through as particles instead of as a wave. And it what happened was it was the same pattern appeared when they shot it as particles as when they shot it as waves. So what that means is that those particles were interacting with each other even when they were not in the same or occupying the same space. They made it as if they were. They communicate with each other to find the shortest path, right? And that's what's so deep, because when you think about light, it does the same thing. When light, goes through water. When it moves through water, it does the same thing. It refracts itself to get to where it needs to be at the most fastest speed. All right. So this is the prism or the prison that we are locked in, which is the realm of light. Now remember, light became Lucifer. Light became Lucifer too. He became a light bearer. And that's what we trapped in. And that's why it's many that refer to the tranquility of the darkness or tranquility of going within to find balance and peace. All right. So I don't know what else I gotta say with this frontline report, but it's real serious. It's real serious. And wow, 31 Atlas. Wow. What is the etymology of Atlas? What is the etymology of Atlas? Let me see, of Atlas. That's some deep stuff. What is etymology of Atlas? Because it's a reason why the etymology of Atlas is ancient geography. Or hold up, let me see. From the Greek mythology, primary origin of the word is the Greek Titan Atlas. All right, after the Titans were defeated by the Olympian gods of Titan Machi. Man, I probably Titan no Machi. Titan Machi. Zeus commanded Atlas to eternally hold up the celestial spheres, the sky or the heavens on his shoulders. Wow. The name Atlas is traditionally believed to come from the Proto-Indo-European roots. Tell his meaning to uphold, support, or to bear, which relates directly to his punishment. However, some scholars suggest that the name may have a pre-Greek origin and is later folk etymology reshaped to fit the Greek myth. It has been compared to the Berber word Abrar, meaning mountain. Wow. Wow. Abrar. You know, Horus is called the mountainous one as well. And as Atlas was often associated with Atlas Mountains in Northwest Africa, which were believed to be the pillars upholding the heavens. Wow. So the word Atlas is a bound collection of maps. It came into being in the late 16th century thanks to Flemish geographer and cartographer Gerardus Mercator. Either way about it, man, you glitching. They don't want to hear it. I already know. Thank you, Tonita. I'm gonna come back with the Frontline Report, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this alien ship that's coming. All right. Thank you for everybody that came in. Peace and love to the Messiahs.
The Messiah code.
Yeah. Let's go. Peace to the Messiah. Peace to the movement. Yeah. Messiah code. Right. Had to make a decision, my mission won't stop, I'm back on the clock, I'm putting in work. My people are trapped in the church, they trapped in religion, a mental prison. I see in the dark like I'm with it. I go against the system, I go against who with them. I'm ducking the critics as though that I'm with it, I handle my business. I'm back in the trenches, I'm back for revenge. I ain't making no amends, I'm playing for keeps. I'm back in the streets, I'm trashing the beat. I roll with the army of God, I'm fighting the beast. Motivation, word of God, I had to be patient. annihilation. I'm charged up like a Power Ranger. Melina Falcon, Master P, you know I'm about it. Psycho, pour it out like a water fountain. Grab my boots in my gear, grab my toe back and change. I'm ready, my books in my bag. Smoke for the people that pass. I'm ready, my weapons are swords that cut with truth, cause I'm ready. Revolution is now. Let me know if you're ready. Grab my boots and my gear, grab my toe bag and change. I'm ready, my books in my bag. Smoke for the people that pass. I'm ready, my weapons are swords that cut with truth, cause I'm ready. Revolution is now. Let me know if you're ready. I'm 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 ready.
Right. Thank you for everybody that came in. I really appreciate it. Much love. Much love. I'm gonna get this together. I'm gonna see what's going on with the system. Thank you for everybody. Peace.